All right, read the question 16.
Okay.
When we learned about the factoring, we learned about the cross multiplication, right?
Yes.
In the cross multiplication, we did something like this. So this is a column for x. This is a column for the constant. 3x plus 4, that means 3 and means 4. This stands for 3 times x plus 4 times 1, okay?
Okay.
And for the 12, who times 3 equals to 12? That's the number you put here.
Oh.
That makes sense?
Yes.
So what's the number you want to put over here?
4.
Good. We also talk about this. This column product should match to this one over here, right?
Yes. So you put -5.
This is going to be -5. Okay?
Okay.
And after this, would you please tell me what should I do next?
Wait, so yeah. So 4 times -5 equal to equal -20. And then 4 times -5 equal -20. Wait. 12 -20.
Yeah, you do cross multiplication addition. So this give you a 16. This give you a 15.
Plus
so this equals to 1.
Equal to 1.
Okay?
Yeah.
That means A equals to 1. All right?
Yes.
This is the first method for doing this question. Okay? And the second way of doing this question, when I teach you the polynomial addition, subtraction, multiplication, okay? At that time, we say if, okay? For example, if x minus x0 is a factor of a given fx, okay? Fx is a polynomial. So that means x0 is the roots. Remember when we learned the parabola?
Yes.
If you have a parabola like that, all right?
Yes.
And then this is x1, x2, okay? If this is the roots, if x1 and x2 is the roots, then x minus x1 times x minus 2, okay? They are the factor, okay? So that means if 3x plus 4 is a factor, then 3x plus 4 equals to 0. X equals to -4 over 3. This is one of the roots, okay?
Okay.
If this is one of the roots, you can plug in x equals to 4 over 3 into this expression. So would you please plug in 12 times -4 over 3 squared minus 8 times 4 over 3 minus 20 equals to 0, okay? Would you please go ahead, plug in, and then calculate how much your A is. Give a try.
Okay.
Okay, let's give a try.
Okay.
Negative square is positive, okay? Yeah, You go ahead and try
Okay.
yourself, then you'll check my answer together.
Okay. A equal to 1.
Yes, perfect. Good job. So 2 different methods, you should have the same correct answer, okay? If
Okay.
these 2 answer is different, one of your method is wrong, or both of them are wrong, okay?
Okay.
So now you understand this question, right?
Yes.
This is a little bit hard question for this PSAT test, okay? Now let's do 17. Yeah, I give you way more harder question than your school to make you ready to survive or even be outstanding in high school, okay?
Okay.
Let's do this question.
T equal to C. What is the final coefficient of the x, y? X plus
So have you finished up to here?
Yes.
Now they say AC equals to 18. So AC equals to 18. So this is 18x squared. BD is 50. So this is minus 50y squared. And the middle one is xy are the like term. So what you do is BC minus AD times x and y. All right.
Okay.
Now let's use this way to check if we use every conditions in the question. Okay.
Okay.
A, B, C, D are non-zero constant. That's okay. Oh, look at here. AD and BC equal. This 18, this is 50. Now the question is asking, what is the value of the coefficient of the xy term? This expression is multiplied out. This 2 equal AD equals to BC. So what this equal to?
AD equal to BC.
Yes, they are equal. This guy equals this guy. So that's equal to a what?
Wait, so that's equal to
0, right? That makes sense?
wait, why?
AD and BC equal, so they cancel each other.
Oh yeah.
Look,
cancel.
AD and BC equal, so they cancel each other, so this term becomes 0.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes.
All right. This is what's going on, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Now, some question looks harder, but it's okay. You can do this many times. Okay. Now, let's look at the next question. Go ahead, number 1.
It should be B, 7 to 10.
Yeah. So they're asking you for increase, okay? The largest amount. Which one you choose?
B.
7 to 10,
through
right?
10. Yes.
7 to 10, because this one increase the highest. They are looking for the slope, right?
Yes.
Because this to this is 3, this to this 3. They all increase the same X amount. So you are looking for who increase the biggest Y, right? You are looking for the highest slope. That's good. Now let's read the second question.
I think we did this before.
Really?
Yeah.
But looks like the previous question you didn't. We do according to the order.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe all the question looks very similar, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Because each test, they have this type of question, okay?
Oh.
Yeah. So 83 equals to what?
Wait. A, the mounting.
Yes, initial value, very good. So we can summarize the thing we learned in Algebra 1. This one is Algebra 1 question, right? I'm going to list the type of question where it belongs to. Algebra 1 linear function, right?
Yes.
Yes, this is algebra linear function. This one is also asking for algebra 1 linear function, correct?
Yes.
This is asking you this y-intercept stands for what? The initial value, one-time service fee, all right?
Okay.
Okay. Now, let's do number 3. You can, this is calculator session. You can use a calculator, okay?
Oh.
Yeah. Which one you choose?
Wait. B.
Okay, very good. This is belong to called units conversion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Each question we want to summarize to see this one belong to what. Okay, let's do number 4.
Y. Eleven D.
Yeah. This is also algebra 1, right?
Yeah. So plug in.
Linear function. Okay. Now you see here, algebra 1 is compared to algebra 2, compared to pre-calculus. Those are other math class in high school. So algebra 1 is the easiest one, but you do see that in the very important tests like PSAT, SAT, they ask you so many questions of algebra 1, right?
Yes.
Yes. So let's look at the next question.
Which of following statements about the relation between the number of time and bad and the number of hand is true? It should be B.
They both increase, okay? That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. You learn algebra 1 very well.
50 times like that. The actual number of hand is now and fewer. 100%.
This question is more likely a reading question rather than a math question, okay? So you read it this way. For the player with 450 times at the bat, 450, this is 400, this is 500, this is 450, okay?
So
The actual number of hits the player had. What's the actual number of the hits the player had? The scatter plot is the actual number of the hits, right? Yes. Those dots are the actual numbers. And for 450, 450 stands for a point over here. That makes sense? Yes, 450. 450. But you are looking, there's another one close to 450. So you might ask me which point you are talking about. So let's read continuously. The actual number of hits the player had is approximately how many fewer than the number of hits? So fewer than this, okay? So they are talking about this point. Then the number of hits predicted by the line of best fit. So when you read about this kind of scatter plot, when you see a line, this line is exactly called as the line of best fit, okay? So this line stands for the line of the best fit. Now they ask you how much difference from this point to this line. That's what this question is asking you for. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So should the answer be A?
Yeah. So here is about half. So this is about 1, 1, 2. Yes. So this is about 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. That's very good. Now let's do this one.
Per second. It's B?
B, very good. So this is still about unit conversion, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, this is still belong to algebra 1. Let's look at this question. You might want to use your calculator to help you figure out this question, okay?
Okay.
To do this question correct, we want to check several important things, okay?
Okay.
So the choices are either linear increasing or exponential increasing, okay? If it's linear increasing, then it's a straight line. So that means when your x increase by a constant value, your y should be continuously increased by a constant value, right?
Yes.
So you see from here to here, you use your calculator. You plus how much?
1,140?
Yes. And next one. How much does this?
1,174?
Okay. Next.
Wait, I didn't calculate that.
It's okay. You list it over here. You can already tell it's not
It's
the
different.
same amount, right? If
Yes.
this is not the same amount, then you cannot choose this one. You cannot choose this one.
So you
Does that make sense? Hey, so
yes.
it could be C or could be D. So you want to try. This is 3%. You want to do the division. You want to use the next year divided by your previous year. So this gives you a 1.03. This guy divided by the previous year, it's 1.03. Does that make sense?
Yes, so it should be C.
Yes. So that's the answer for C.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's do the next one. Do you get the same answer?
Wait, not yet. I didn't finish it.
Okay.
Plus 3y squared, 3xy squared. Yeah. Two x squared. Yeah. Yeah, it should be A.
Okay. This is about combine the like terms. Okay. Now let's do number 10. You notice that this is all algebra 1, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's why algebra is very important.
X plus 7 times 4 half x plus so I can cancel out.
Did you get over to here?
Yeah. Yes.
What does this mean?
This
That means no solution, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and no solution. Remember when we learned about this, there are 3 different scenarios for linear equations, okay?
Okay.
When we learn things, we want to summarize the thing we learned before, okay? So
Okay.
this is the x, y coordinates. So we are going to like this. When you have 2 lines, if the 2 lines is parallel, they have the same slope, but different y-intercept. They will never meet. This is this situation, okay? They have the same slope, but different y-intercept. They are parallel lines, so there's no solution. Second scenario, these 2 lines meet at one point, okay? They meet on the one point. They have different slope. They are going to cross with each other, right?
Yes.
And the last one is 2 lines. They are overlapping. They are exactly the same line, okay? So they have infinite many solutions. So this is situation, say no solution. You want to write down this in your notes, please.
Okay.
This is one solution. Now these 2 lines overlap. This is called infinite many solution. All right.
Okay.
That's what's going on, okay?
Okay.
Now, this is still just algebra 1, all right?
Okay.
Let's do 11. When we talk about range and the median, all right? When you have several samples, you want to look for the range and the median. What you want to do, you look at this 5 samples. You want to order them first, okay? You want to list from the smallest to the highest. Then the highest value minus the least value is
It's
going to be your range. All right. So
okay.
you cannot suppose they are ordered from small to bigger. You have to check. Okay.
Okay. Person, can I scroll down?
Yes.
I cannot see the answer choice D.
You cannot see what?
Answer choice D.
Answer is D. So your range is
Bigger than.
okay. Yes. Joseph's range is bigger than Samuel's. And the median, who is the median?
Less.
This median, Joseph's median is smaller than Samuel's median. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Yes. Very good. This type of question is not hard, but those numbers you have to be careful. You have to always order yourself first. Okay. Sometimes they put this all in the order, but they only mess up one of them. And then you suppose you say, oh, I see. The smaller one is here, the biggest one is here. They always play tricks on you. You cannot suppose the order is from bigger to small or from small to bigger. You have to reorder by yourself. Very good. You do very good. Now let's look at this question.
People have present information about the manufacturing cars. What percentage of tech part? Should it be 7%?
Why you choose 7%?
Because 16 over 215 is 0.07 something. Yeah.
Be very careful. Let's read the question over here. This table presents information about totally 801 train cars, okay? But the question is asking you, what percentage of the train cars in service are double-decker cars that have been in service for less than 10 years? That they are asking you, in service for less than 10 years, and also belong to double-deck car. So you are looking for the 16 over the whole amount of double-deck cars, not 16 over the whole percentage. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Let's read over here. Approximately what percentage of the train car? This one is normal. There's nothing special here. But they say double-deck cars, okay, that have been in service for less than 10 years. So this is asking you, those cars are less in service less than 10 years. So this is 16 is on the top. Double deck cars. So it's over 16 plus 82. This is about 16%. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. If they change the question, if they say approximately what percentage of the train car, okay?
Okay.
What percentage of the double deck cars in service less than 10 years among all the cars? Then you are using 16 over 810, okay? But this question is asking you, those cars are in service less than 10 years among the double deckers. This is what this question is placed on trick. That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, this is a probability question. We have to be very careful, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, let's take a look at number 13. One feet is how many inch?
12?
12, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to convert this first to inch, all right?
Okay.
Yeah, if it's not the same unit, you want to convert to the same unit first. We even don't need a calculator. We can using simplifying. Okay, we can simplify. This divided by 3 is 3. This divided by 3 is 4. This guy divided by 3 is 5. This is 1.
It should be 20.
Yeah, so this is units conversion. It is still algebra 1 question, right?
Yes. Vocabulary. Just 6 different ratio.
Yeah, you want to look for the median number, right?
Yes. It should be C.
Okay, so who is the median value?
Median is 900 and 810.
You want to do the
Last up.
average. Yeah, so you want to do this guy plus this guy divided by 2, right?
Yes.
So how much this guy you get?
I get 855.
So 855 is your median. And then you use 1120 minus 855, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's very good. Okay. Now, this question I haven't teach you before. That this is a algebra 2 question, but it's a very easy algebra 2 question. So in XY coordinates, you want to write down this in your notes, okay?
Okay.
In your XY coordinates, if you were given a circle, okay? The circle center, if you see the circle center at x0, y0, and the radius is about r, all right?
Okay.
Then you have x minus x0 square plus y minus y0 square equals to the radius square. This is a standard equation for circle in 2D.
Oh.
X0, Y0 is the center of the circle. Yeah, you want to copy down the notes.
Okay.
Okay. R is the radius of the circle. So based on what condition gives to you, this stands for you can have x minus 4 squared plus y minus y0 is -2, so this is -2, and then square equals to the 3 square.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So this give you x minus 4 square plus y plus 2 square equals to 9. Then you can check which one is the same one.
C.
Okay. Good. That's it. That makes sense for you?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's do next question. 16.
In ninth grade, student at high school is random.
This is a probability question again, okay?
Okay.
Yes, so they ask you if you choose ninth grade student randomly. They didn't talk about if this student belong to this program or not belong to this program, right?
Yes.
This is the students enrolled in this program. This is students not enrolled in this program. They didn't, when your question showing here is not talking about who has enrolled this, who has not enrolled this. So you have to consider both columns, right?
Yes.
They only say have a GPA of 3.0 or greater. That means you are looking for this whole row, right?
Yes.
So you are talking about these two numbers together. So you want to use this total number who greater higher than 3.0 over all the students.
Total.
How many total students?
327.
Yes. So this is going to be your probability.
HPB.
That makes sense
Yes.
about this, right?
Yes.
All right. Now look at question 17. What is the difference to the nearest whole percent between the percent of the students enrolled in this program who had a GPA of 3.0 or greater and the percent of students not enrolled in this program who had a GPA of 3.0 or greater? When you read this, you feel headache, right? Because the words is so long, right?
Yeah.
But let's look at this way. Who had a GPA of 3.0 or greater? Who had a GPA of 3.0 greater? So they are all talking about this, right?
Yes.
They are not talking about students who grade are lower than 3.0. So you only need to care for these two numbers. And they ask you, what's the difference to the nearest whole percentage between who? So this is the key point we want to focus on. Between the percentage of students enrolled in this program. Okay?
Okay.
And the percentage of students not enrolled in this program. So that means what? We need to use 61 divided by, we want to add up this. And we want to add up this, right?
Yes.
So the percentage we want to compare is what?
Wait, so.
Do you get the same way as what I do over here?
Yes.
Good.
12%.
Okay. That's what this question is asking you for. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. This part, Algebra 1, won't teach this. Geometry, they don't teach this either. So this is all depends on yourself. School won't teach this part, okay?
Oh,
But the test, they will test you on this.
okay.
Okay. Now let's look at 18. Of the students enrolled in this Propel program, the ratio of boys to girls is 2 to 3. So they are talking about students in this program, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the students in this program totally is how many students?
Okay, 327.
The students
The
enrolled in this
problem.
program is this, right?
Oh yeah, it's 109.
Yeah, they didn't talk about, when they say here, did they say GPA? No, they didn't.
No,
So this is going to be only students in this program. Doesn't matter what's GPA it is, okay?
Okay.
So total students is 109. And the ratio between boys to girls is 2/3.
Over 3.
Okay, so you can suppose your boys is 2x, your girls is 3x.
Why?
3x, okay? So that means your total is 5x, right?
Yes.
Then your x is 109 divided by 5, correct?
Yes.
The boys to girls, so this is boys, this is girls, okay?
Okay.
Then girls is going to be 109 times 3/5, right?
Yes.
That's what this question is asking you for. You give the integer number, okay?
Okay. $65.4.
Yeah, 65. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So we look back this question. Yeah, all this question is asking you about this table. So how do we read this question quickly without wasting too much time? When you read at the beginning, you see here, you can scan them quickly. A nice grade, okay, you say. This first sentence you can quickly pass. Next sentence, before the school year begin. Oh, 327. Oh, okay, you see here? Oh, 327. Now you know this number is important. And 109 students randomly assigned to this program. So you can write down 109 for this column already. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, 109. The total is 327. So this has to be 218 for this column. Okay?
Okay.
After you write down 109 and 218, then you don't need to read this sentence again. See how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my gosh, this is too long. After you write down this number here, you can pass. You don't need to waste time on this, okay? And
okay.
you notice that this is a two-way table. This is called a two-way table, all right?
Okay.
And after you look at this table, you already know, okay, I know what's going on now. And then you start to read what question is asking you. Oh, this one ask me probability that the student will have a GPA of 3 or greater. Did they mention something about this program? No. So I'm also care about the GPA. That means I'm going to do this row, okay? This row.
Okay.
This row is talking about GPA 3 or above. So I'm going to use this guy divided by the total. That's it. 17 is saying that for what's the difference, okay? For the student who have a GPA 3 or greater. So they are, since they do this two different programs, and they want to check if this program does help a student to increase their study of GPA, you know? So they are going to make the study, they want to check 61 has to be divided by your total amount of sample. 95 has to be divided by your total amount of sample. Then you are comparing this percentage. You cannot compare these two numbers directly. If you only see based on this experiment, because 95 is bigger than 61, and you make the conclusion saying, this program doesn't work because 95 people get a GPA of 3.0 above. Then there's no use to take this program. Listen, this judgment, this conclusion is wrong. It is because you didn't did a fair comparison. You have to use your number of people who get 3 above divided by your total amount of people, right?
Yes.
Then the percentage is the correct thing to compare with. That's why you want to do the division, okay?
Okay.
Yes, that makes sense?
Yes.
Yes, because you cannot adjust them based on this because you choose less people than here. This guy, look, is double of this one, right? Yes. Oh, this total sample is double of this one. So if you say your total people get higher than get a GPA 3% of 3 above, then this is 95 people. As long as you get about what, 42 or 43, as long as this number is bigger than 42 or 43, then you can say this program help already, right?
Yeah.
You need to have the same amount of pool to compare. That's why you need to compare the percentage.
Oh.
Well, for number 18, it actually is a very easy question. They ask you, for this program, okay, for this program, how many people total? 109. 2x are boys, 3x are girls. So this is 5x. Then you are looking for your girls, okay?
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, that's what's going on. Yeah, you feel happy for this type of question now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. In algebra 1 and geometry, even in algebra 2, school won't teach this type of question.
Oh.
Yeah, it all depends on yourself. You need to prepare this by yourself. That's why we do question on this type of question.
Okay.
Let's continue. This is typical words problem, okay? So for the words problem, you want to, as you read, you start to draw and mark the condition. By the time you finish reading, you have your equation listed.
Okay.
Let's see. This guy is creating a sculpture using this kind of metal rods of equal length. So one rod is formed into a square, and another rod is formed into an equilateral triangle. If each side of the triangle is 2 inches longer, for this triangle, each side is 2 inches longer than this square. So I don't know the side length of this guy. I don't know the side length of this guy. But I can suppose this square gave me a x side length. This triangle is 2 plus x, all right?
Yeah.
When you use a rod to form this, then that means you x plus x plus x plus x. This is your totally rod length. So this equals to this. So what's the equation you have?
4x equal to 3 times x plus 2.
Yeah, good. You want to put parentheses, please.
Yes. So x equal to 6.
Good. What's the question?
How long inch is each row? Wait, if each separate triangle is 2 inch longer. So x is 6. So pattern A.
So you can do this, okay? And you can do 4 times 6 give you 24, okay? Or you can do 3 times 8 is 24.
24.
So that's 24. That makes sense?
Yes.
Now, let's look at this. Now, this is about factoring, all right?
Okay.
That you want to give a try.
X plus 4 divided by 2x squared. 2x plus 4. So we shall find
Let's take a look at this question together. It's a little bit confusing. So you do take the 2 out, okay? For the top, for the numerator, you take 2 out. And for the denominator, you also take 2 out. If you take 2 out, this is x squared plus x and minus 2, right?
Yes.
And you can do factoring 1, 1, 1, 2. Then this is minus 1, right?
Yes.
So this is x minus 1 times x plus 2, correct?
Yes.
Be careful. If you do x minus 2, x plus 1, that's going to be wrong because here is positive, right?
Yes.
So which one is the same as this one?
B.
Yes, that's it.
Oh.
What's the part you get confused?
The second part.
So let's read this one carefully. A rational function is defined above. So this is a rational function. Which of the following is an equivalent form that displays values not included in the domain as a constant or coefficients? So equivalent form that display value not included in the domain as constant. Yes, I agree with you. This question is very confusing. But look at this. C is not possible, right?
Yeah.
D is not possible, right?
Yes.
And they ask you display values not included in the domain as constant. So that means what? They want you to show this as your factor format. This one will quickly tell you that your domain, your x cannot equals to 1. X cannot equals -2. That makes sense?
Yes.
So this means that in this form, you will see those values. You will see those values not included in the domain. So in this way, you will see those values that you shouldn't include it in your domain. This one, you don't really tell quickly. You have to factor it first to see. Does that make sense for you?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's do the next one.
Skippers design erratic I think it should be 1/64.
So they ask you, in this design, how many feet will the perimeter of the fountain increase for each additional square foot of the path? So this given function is showing A as 4 times P plus 64. Now they ask you the change of P. So how about you make your P equals to what? Your P equals 1/4 times A minus 64, right?
Yes.
Yes, you move this around. You move this guy to this. You do this minus, and then you divide it by 4, right? So in this expression, it's showing very clearly. Then this is saying how many feet will the parameter of the fountain increase? So P will increase with additional how much? For each additional, so A increase by 1. P will increase by 1/4. That's why you choose B.
Oh.
Does this make sense for you?
Yes.
This question, if you don't rewrite this one, you make yourself very confused, because this equation show you if you increase your P by 1, then your A will increase by 4. And now they ask you, when your A increased by 1, your P will increase by how much? So you rewrite this shape. Then this is asking you for the slope. That makes sense?
Yes.
All right. This is what? Linear function, algebra 1, right?
Okay.
Okay. Now let's do 22. So work X format. This is the time to check your vertex format.
Next one, pen. The graph of the function q's intersect the x-axis. 1, 0, over 0. Vertex of q occur at point 2, 4.
I want to teach this question by different method. Okay, so
Okay.
this one is a very good question for asking us about quadratic functions, right? This first, they say the vertex is what? 2, 4. So if I ask you to remember what's the vertex format, do you remember? A times x minus h, right? Square plus k. This is the vertex format.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the vertex format. Now, they already tell you your vertex is what? 2, 4, right?
Yes.
So you can do x minus 2. H is your vertex x value. 4 is your vertex y value. That makes sense?
Okay.
Okay. 2 and 4 you plug in to here. Now next, you pass at -1 and 0, right? So you are going to make your y equals 0, and then you do a times -1 minus 2 squared plus 4. That's right.
Yes.
So this gives you 0 equals to 9 times 8. -3 squared is +9. Okay?
Okay.
So a give you a -4 divided by 9. That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. So your y equals to -4 over 9, and then x minus 2 squared plus 4, right?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
So they ask you, oh, you have two roots, this one and the other one. Now you want to solve this equation. You want to solve this guy equals to 0, right?
Yes.
Remember, we drew on the quadratic equation for many times. Okay? So that means what? That means x minus 2 squared is what? +9, right?
Yes.
This equals to +9, so x minus 2 equals to +3 or -3. So x equals to what? 5 or -1. That makes sense?
Yes.
So x equals to 5 or -1. So r equals to what? 5.
Okay.
Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Now, this is the first way. It's very complicated. It's very long. Second one, I'm going to show you a best method. It's just 2 seconds to solve this one. When you draw this one, okay, listen, to do this one quickly, you need to know this. When you have a vertex, this guy is your midpoint. This point is going to be midpoint between here and here, right?
Yes.
This is the axis of symmetry. It can be folded, right? So
yes.
You have one point at -1. So this guy is, I'm going to remove this one. So I'm going to say here at -1, 0. Here at 5, at R0, right?
Yes.
And here, this is x equals to 2, right? This
Yes.
is the axisymmetry. So 2 is going to be the midpoint between -1 and R.
Yes.
Correct? So R equals what?
5.
R equals to 5. Yes. Right? Because I know this very clearly. So for myself, I just write down this in one step. Okay. That's why I say this is 2-second question. If you know this
saw
answer,
this method. I think I saw this method.
You saw this method before, right?
It's online. I searched up the practice test too, and then
Yes.
I get struck on this question, so I searched up.
Okay, that's very good. Yes.
And then you show this method.
Yeah. Yeah. So you see this method several times. By the time you have this question in the test, other people either not knowing how to do this question, or they do this very long time. Yeah. With like maybe 10 minutes. But for you, this can be solved in just a few seconds. Okay. So next class, we will continue teach this one. And I'm going to also upload this to your folder. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to also, you can practice this test. Okay.
Okay.
This including the solutions.
So the next class is still on the Tuesday?
Yes. Your school start, right?
Yeah, in the August 17th.
Okay. So you can ask your mom, and you can also contact me about your school schedule change. All right.
Okay.
We can change the time according to your school.